energies, for lack of better words, okay? So it can represent psychic energy. So when you're dealing with the South Cardinal point, when you're throwing your tools down on your divination map, that person is carrying or dealing with that type of energy, which can mean, like I said, magic, a person that deals with magic, that's very psychic or can see very clearly. It represents the mind. It also could be guidance. It could also be that they're in school or they're learning, okay? Or they need to start learning, okay? Y'all got it? Okay, now let's go to the East. East is a representation of enlightenment, mystical, eternal. Also can be that person needs rest, relaxation, or sleep. So when you're throwing your tools and it lands on the East, the human element, that's what that person needs. Or pretty much sleep. Those are different things that represents for that person that you're reading for, divining for, okay? Everybody got it?
What was the first thing you mentioned? Sorry. Before mystical.
For the East, enlightenment. Eternal.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so we're going to go to West. West. Intuitive self. People that are very intuitive. That person has the energy of someone who has the ability to love unconditionally. That also can be a representation of fertility. They could either have fertility problems or they could be trying to have a baby or, looking to have a baby. That's with the West, okay? Now, on top of each one that I told you, you got north, south, east, west. When we speak of the 4 cardinal points of the earth, okay, on a bigger picture, the north is the quadrant that represents the physical body. I need y'all to write that down. Next to the north. So the north is a quadrant that represents the physical body. Write that down. The west, you ready? Y'all ready for the west? The west represents the heart. The south represents the spirit. And the east represents the mind. Okay?
Repeat that one more time.
The north represents the physical body. The west represents the heart. The south represents the spirit. And the east represents the mind. In between those main titles, you have the smaller titles that I've given you all. When you're doing your divination, you'll know what to look for when you're reading that person based off of the tools and where your tools land, okay?
Okay.
Now, all cardinal points are pretty much spiritual, as y'all can see. But they also have a lot to do with science as well. Because when you speak of the cardinal points, they align with the earth energy and it causes magnetism and gravitational pull. So when we're doing our rituals, family, okay, we do our rituals based off of some of the cardinal points as well. But right now we're talking about divination. Y'all will learn about that later. But on divination, you're using that energy when you're using your divination mat to get answers from each cardinal point of the earth, okay? And any beings that you're reading is going to represent one of these cardinal points of the earth, okay? Any questions? Okay, so everybody got everything written down? Okay. So, no question. Nobody has no questions.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
As far as the West, I know it represents the heart, but what did you say? You said intuitive, fertility, and what else?
Ability to love, intuitive self.
Okay.
So you look how it lines up. The West represents the heart. So it lines up with that energy, right? So with that cardinal point, you know that when you're divining, and if that human element, which falls on, and I'm gonna show y'all the tools in a minute, which falls on the West, that basically telling you about that person and their heart. You know what I mean? What they're going through, their ability. That person is a very loving person. That person, you know, loves unconditional. People take advantage of that person. But when you all are doing your divinations, you're always gonna also let your intuition. I'm sorry, speak to you as well. You see, because we all have a natural intuition, but some of us are stronger than others with the visions. You know, so you're going to also let your spirit eye guide, okay, as well as your divining when you're using your divination mat. And what I want to do is I'm going to show you all some of the tools. Hold on, y'all. Share. Okay, you all see the tools on here? Okay, so as you all kept hearing me say, that the human elements, okay? Hold on, let me see if I can do this real quick. If I can. Let me see if I can let me use my pen.
Yeah, just go back to the screen.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Y'all see where I'm pointing at? What are y'all seeing on the screen now?
Bad heart.
A bad heart?
Health. Yeah. I'm saying the look like the tool that represent human health, time.
Right. Okay, so y'all see it moving around now?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I need to know. Okay, so all right, so they say we got 10 minutes. They can kiss my ass. Hold on for a minute. Okay, y'all. So look. So these two little people are going to represent the human element, okay? So just say if this human element falls on the West when you're throwing all these tools down, right? One is